Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, September 25th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. An Annapolis man was killed on Wednesday afternoon when he crashed his motorcycle into the rear of a turning car along Riva Road in Riva, Maryland. At about 3:20 p.m., Anne Arundel County Police and EMS responded to the intersection and discovered a Kawasaki motorcycle operated by Joseph DeScorio of Annapolis was southbound on Riva Road, improperly passing a car at a high rate of speed. The motorcycle was using the center turn lane to illegally pass, and a Volkswagen had just turned out of Tarpon Road onto Riva Road, and the Kawasaki struck the Volkswagen in the left rear. DeScorio was ejected from the motorcycle, transported to the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center, where unfortunately he was pronounced dead. According to police, the cause of the crash primarily appears to be improper passing and exceeding the posted speed limit. Yesterday afternoon, Governor Larry Hogan and State Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Karen Salmon, announced that fall sports can begin again for Maryland high schools starting October 7th. In a statement, Governor Hogan did say that now that all 24 jurisdictions have submitted plans to resume in-person instruction, allowing fall sports to begin next month marks another important step in our road to recovery. Anne Arundel County has already announced plans to bring students back onto campuses for in-person athletic opportunities this fall. As for the time schedule, all schools shall as soon as possible start providing conditioning and training opportunities utilizing the current restrictions that are in place. On October 7th, all local school systems can choose to begin formal sports season practices in preparation for a competition season which will begin on October 27th. Golf is allowed to start competition on October 7th. The last play date for any game is December 12th, and any tournaments would be December 14th to the 19th. This is some good news for some City of Annapolis residents. The city has partnered with Comcast to support the Internet Essential Partner Program, and they're going to be using some of their CARES funding to make it work. Now, the IEPP, which is the Internet Essentials Partner Program, has been around for a couple decades from Comcast. And what it is it offers low-cost Internet connectivity to low-income housing. It is very affordable, like in the $10 a month range. But this time around, the city is actually going to be subsidizing it. The beneficiaries would be students who need Internet access at home, seniors who may need access to telemedicine, and the initial round of funding is going to cover, they estimate, 800 eligible families in the city. Misty Allen, who is a vice president of government and regulatory affairs for Comcast, said, "For nearly a decade, Comcast has been dedicated to bridging the digital divide across the nation with our Internet Essentials program, which to date has connected millions of low-income families to the Internet. The only requirement is that you are living within the city of Annapolis and you have a zip code of 21401 or 21403. And anybody that is interested in participating in the program should contact the rental office or the management company that handles their rent for more information." And finally, as we wrap it up, man, this is some fantastic news. But Crosby Marketing and Communications over there in West Annapolis has now donated an additional $75,000 to help local families, children, and communities that have been hit hard by the COVID-19 virus. The owners of Crosby Marketing and Communications have donated $25,000 each to 3 local nonprofits, the Lighthouse Homeless Prevention and Support Center, the Anne Arundel County Food Bank, as well as the Community Foundation of Anne Arundel County. Ray Crosby, who is the president, said, "Too many families in our community are struggling like never before as this pandemic stretches on. Members of the Crosby team are passionate about making a difference, and we hope these donations spread some type of hope and comfort to our neighbors in need." This $75,000 in grants follows $50,000 that they donated earlier, which brings the total from Crosby Marketing and Communications to $125,000, and that, my friends, is the definition of a great business neighbor. All right, that does wrap it up for the news this morning. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we're going to be updating these stories and more. Please make sure your friends and family and colleagues know about us, how to get a hold of us, and if you are someplace you can leave a rating or a review, please do that as well. It is Friday, so I do have a list of things that you may want to check out this weekend. George Young is here with your local DC MDVA weather, And all of that is coming up in just 1 minute, but here is a quick message from Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, September 25th. Last Friday in September 2020, and it'll be a comfortable, albeit cloudy day with a small chance of showers in the PM hours. Look for highs in the mid to upper 70s across Anne Arundel County, with more 70s on tap Saturday with a continuing chance of showers or light rain in the first half of the day, before sunshine returns Sunday with highs near 80 degrees, making for a fairly nice weekend on the whole for the Annapolis region. As for next week, a bit of a higher chance of rain returns Monday and Tuesday with highs generally in the 70s before sunshine and low 70s Wednesday ahead of a late week cool down with temps possibly in the 60s Thursday through Sunday as more cold air comes down from Canada. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day at DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
The Anne Arundel Economic Development Corporation wants to remind you that amid this global coronavirus pandemic, we've got to band together and care for those around us, support our community and the businesses that have worked so hard to safely reopen. So show some love for the shops selling the stuff that we can't get anywhere else and the restaurants that sell food that's even better than home. And remember that the money that we spend here can keep Anne Arundel County strong. And by wearing masks and social distancing, we can keep workers safe and businesses open. So for our neighborhood, for our town, for our county, shop safe, shop local, shop Arundel Biz. Visit arundelbiz.org.
There's always something going on over the weekend in the area, and we're here to narrow it down with our top picks for this weekend. Oh, and be sure you're signed up for the Eye on Annapolis weekly events newsletter. It's free and comes to you every Friday at 12:30 p.m. There's a sign-up link at the top of every page at eyeonannapolis.net.
I am so glad to be doing the weekend suggestions again, so let's get right into it. Tonight, it is the return of live music at Ram's Head On Stage. Finally, yes, the grand reopening of Ram's Head On Stage gets underway at 7:30 p.m. tonight. Dublin 5 will be entertaining Annapolis's favorite Irish rockers. Tickets do go on sale this morning at 10 a.m. It is a little bit late, but they're just ramping up again. Seating will be limited to 100 people per show, and it does need to be done by 10 p.m. But I am so glad to see live music coming back into Annapolis inside at Ram's Head On Stage. If you're into movies tonight, I've got two choices for you, both outdoors. At 5 p.m. at the Bay Ridge Shopping Center, you've got Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. There will be a band that will be introducing that, and the movie will happen a little bit after that, probably around 7:30 or when it gets dark. The gates, if there are any, open at 5 p.m., so go there, listen to a band, get a dinner at Grump's or at the Annapolis Smokehouse, maybe grab a pizza from Papa John's, and enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean. If you're heading out to Crofton Way, and actually this is where I'm going to be, starting at about 7:30 or so, it's going to be a double feature at the Chesapeake Real Ale Brewery. The first feature will be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and what I'm there for is the next one, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I have not seen that on a big screen in forever. I can't wait to check it out. Bring your lawn chair, bring a blanket, sit down, and have a good time up at Chesapeake Real Ale Brewery. Sliding into tomorrow, from 9 to 2, the historic London Town Gardens is going to be having their plant sale. So get down to Edgewater and get down into London Town Road and buy some plants. And if you get a chance, walk around their gardens. They're absolutely spectacular. I was walking around there a couple weeks ago, and gosh, I forget what a great little park that is. From 10 to 2 tomorrow at the Annapolis Library, the Michael E. Bush Library, which is brand new. It's a LEED certified building, and it's just an absolutely great facility. They're going to be playing host for Annapolis Green's Kick Gas. It is the electric vehicle showcase. They're going to have about 40 vehicles that will be there. So if you've got an interest in electric vehicles, that is the place to go. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Annapolis Library. Also, Annapolis Green is sponsoring this whole Kick Gas week and Electric Vehicle Week. There's plenty of different events that are going to be going on. So when you're there, make sure you check out what else is going to be happening throughout the week. And finally, more live music Saturday night, 7:30 at Ram's Head on stage. Again, limited to 100 people. Tickets will be on sale at 10 a.m. this morning, but it will be Jimmy Davies and Brian Ewald. Two outstanding musicians on their own and an incredible act when you get them together. All right, those are our suggestions for the weekend. Have fun, stay safe, enjoy your weekend, and we will be back here on Monday.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.